Howdy everyone, what is going on? It is your boy Scrub the Tarnished, and forgive me, I sound super congested. This is a Ghostflame Knight build. I don't know if this is considered an optimal build, but it is a cute build. Not the cutest, cuter, but not as cute as you. And I just felt like if anybody here listens to any electronic music, then I hope that there are some Lorne stands here, and I just felt like putting some Lorne tracks over this invasion content felt very fitting. So, yes, this is a level 150 meta Ghostflame Knight build. It's an intelligence build that focuses on, well, just a lot of intelligence weapons and a lot of like magic infused weapons with some death themed weapons like Health and Steeple, which is pretty strong. And then let's see, the Death Ritual Spear, the L2 machine. What else? There's also Death's Poker as well. And then I also got some sorceries like Ancient Death Rancor, and then Ghost Flame Explosion or whatever. Those two, and then I have Tibia's Summons as well. But it's the worst spell ever. Like it's a waste of a spell. It's a waste of a spell slot. It's absolutely terrible. So yeah, and in order to use Ghost Flame Explosion, you gotta have 30 faith, which is quite a lot of faith to invest in a build like this. But we're gonna make the best use of the 30 faith that we have. And with 30 faith, we could use things like Black Flame's Protection, Blessing's Boon, Golden Barriers. So you got defense, you got healing incantations, and you got protection as well. So it's kind of int faith quality build somewhat, but mostly focused with like magic and cold infused weapons. But so I'm wearing the edgelord armor. You've seen plenty of people wear this armor before. It's funny, when I first started playing this game and was like in NG +3 or whatever with my first ever character, like that's the fashion that I was wearing, and I was doing it before everyone else. Just to be clear. Let me be clear. Just to be clear. So it's the edgelord armor, and I know people can argue that Ensha is the true edgelord, but I think this might be even more edgier, to be honest. So I'm rocking with the Knight's Cavalry or the Knight's Cavalry chest piece and greaves, and then I got the Malformed Dragon gauntlets, and then I have the Skeletal Mask. So I get 68 poise with the Bullgoat's Talisman, that is. So I can at least poise through the second swing of like thrusting swords, curved swords, katanas, twin blades. But it's not the poisiest of poise, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit of optimization in order to fit the theme of a build or whatever. So yeah, like I said, this isn't like the most optimal build, but it's definitely fun to work with. So Explosive Ghost Flame or whatever, I guess. But yeah, I recorded 2 different sessions with this build, and they were like the worst sessions of my life. And I don't know why. It was just a really bad day to invade. And so I thought to myself, you know what, I don't think anyone is really going to enjoy this content of just like really mid-tier invasions or whatever. So I decided to respec. And so I didn't really respec much. I just put 5 more points in intelligence. So I was rocking originally with, see, this is the worst spell ever. Tibia's Summons. Absolutely redundant, absolutely useless. More useless than a white crayon, I guess. I don't know. What are some useless things out there? I'm trying to figure out like what are some useless things? I don't know. Oh well. I was rocking with 45 intelligence and then 30 endurance, and so I swapped 5 points from one and the other, and so I have 25 endurance, but still have enough equip load to wield this Y-hander, which I have 5 of. I've been trying to organize my inventory a little bit better, especially when it comes to my weapons. I'm still kind of in that process of figuring out like, hey, like how do I create an optimized, organized library or inventory of weapons, because when I was first invading, I only had my inventory on by default or whatever. So if those who aren't familiar of how to get an inventory like mine, well, it's simple. You just gotta push down on the left stick when in your inventory and then sort by order of equipment or whatever, something about like what your last equipped thing was, or yeah, and then you just put everything in your chest or whatever your storage thing is, your storage unit, and then you take it out based on the order of how you want your weapons, and that's how you do it. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that already know how to do that, but you never know. Somebody might be watching that won't know how to do it. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I recorded like 2 different sessions and made 2 videos already with this, but I just was not happy with it. So like I've said, trying to record a third or doing a third video is difficult, because like, what do I say now? I don't like to repeat things that I've said before, but at the same time you won't be watching what I said before, because I'm not going to be releasing those YouTube videos. So I don't know, there's some pretty good things that I said in the past though in those videos, and so I'm trying to figure out like, what are those things that I said, but I cannot remember. So excuse me, I'm still coming down from being sick, but hey, it's a new day, and a new day is always granted with new opportunity, and so that is your wisdom for this video. But I guess I could talk about the build more, especially with like how I have been playing with it. So the sorceries used like ancient death rancor or whatever. If you try using that with this kind of setup for damage output, then you should not. The only reason why I use the ancient death rancor spell is simply because I want to be able to put some pressure on people, especially when it comes to like gank situations, or just when multiple people are rushing me. They just start, or whoever you got it locked onto, it will follow, and it's a slow moving projectile, so it will keep whoever you have locked on busy for a good amount of time. And so while they're busy trying to dodge it or run away from it, you can hyper focus on a different teammate and just try to delete them as fast as you can. And so like, since I don't have a lot of FP, you have to use it sparingly. And then explosive Ghostflame, it's really a situational kind of thing. There's no hyper armor when you cast a spell, so it would be nice, because there's also things like Gavel of Haima, which you have hyper armor for, but you don't get hyper armor when it comes to explosive Ghostflame. Excuse me, I just ate dinner, so I had like a nice old burger or whatever. So, but I don't know. So it's just more for like support. I suppose support. I suppose that's weird. Yeah, here we have strength, and then I forgot Stephen the Dawn. Yes, I invaded these guys twice. This was the first of 2 invasions. The second invasion was kind of easy because the host was who is strength. Host is what? Whoa, I threw myself off right there. Strength, the host, he decided to block like that while I was attacking him, and I guard broke him like that, and I got the crit, and it killed him. And it kind of went by pretty quickly, so I wanted to include the first invasion because that one was a little bit more quote-unquote challenging. I don't know why I say quote-unquote, because all of these invasions are challenging, to be honest. You just gotta learn to adapt. And so I'm sure there's a lot of people that are wanting to get into invasions, but just don't have the balls to, supposedly, to put it simply. Here's the thing, like, almost all invasions are challenging. Some of them really are not. Some hosts are just so stupid. But most of the time, like, you're gonna go up against challenging teams. Even if it's not a challenging team, just the strength in numbers is challenging. And so I guess the best advice I could give for those who want to try invading, who are watching this video, is like, you're not gonna get good the first 10 tries. You're going to constantly play the game, you're going to constantly invade, and you're going to learn from your mistakes. You're going to watch other people play invasions, and you're going to note what they do. And you're going to try to, not mimic, but at least, I don't know, what's the best way to describe it? You're gonna apply what you learned from observing other people, but it's all really an experience kind of thing. It's even the best invaders will still die to 3-man ganks that just press L1 or L2 because that's just how broken the game is when it comes to PvP. And so I don't know, I'm trying to have a good attitude about how broken it is, but sometimes you just need to invest 5 points in intelligence and then you'll be fine. Now that doesn't really apply to the situation. It does to mine, but maybe not yours or whatever. So speaking of ganks, since we're on that topic, there's been a lot of gank situations today, but it was only 2-man ganks or whatever, like with really optimal builds and whatever. Like the host was a pyro build, which I just did a build on in a couple of videos, and if you haven't seen those videos yet, I highly recommend that you should, because they were posted not too long ago. I mean, depends when you're watching this. If you're watching this like this video like shortly after it's been posted, then yes, right before this I did a pyro build. So I'm going up against a pyro build and then a strength int build. So pretty optimal builds, especially when caught in the blender. You really got to be careful of the Giant's Flame take me. No, don't take me. I'd rather not burn to a crisp. The Giant's Flame take thee, and then just the beast, or I don't know, just the raw damage that comes from strength int builds. So you got to be careful. But I was going against a lot of like gankers today. Not a lot of 3-man teams, surprisingly. I don't know why today's not a 3-man team kind of day, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm cool with 2 people as long as they're good. Like, I think that's a pretty fun challenge nonetheless. I'm really tired of solo hosts. A lot of them, like 95% of them, are actually just really bad at the game. Or not. I don't know if you could be good at PvE and bad at PvP. You probably can, but it's just like, yeah, a lot of the solo hosts out there are pretty terrible, and so at this point I'm just I don't know, I'm kind of at the point where I'm combating solo hosts. I kind of just like mess around with them, to be honest. Like, I'm not like sprinting, doing any like unique tricks or anything. Like, I'm just kind of like outspacing them, just walking around, and then I turn my back on them, they rush me, they swing and they miss, and then I instantly turn around and then I swing and then I hit them. I don't know, kind of like, I don't know, it's just tomfoolery. I love playing tomfoolery against them, but yeah. I didn't realize I was going to have another red on my side, so I brought out the dual spears, you know, just to get rid of this gank. And I'm so sorry, Red, if you ever see this, I just want you to know that I won, as you will see in just a moment. And of course, when the host decides, I don't know what the host's decision was here. He must have accidentally one-handed or two-handed one of his seals, I suppose, and then blocked. So that caused him to done goof. And so, yeah, I wasn't expecting to have a second red on my side, so I was ready for the worst. But yeah. Anyways, here we are at Crumley and Fair Missoula. Here's a 3-man team. This was a fun fight. We got Strunk, we got someone else, and then we got Ashus, something. A lot of big boys with big bonk weapons, and so you already know that you got to apply that black frame protection. But luckily, I had some banished knights on my side. So one thing I've been doing a lot more is like using the uplifting aromatic on all the PvE that I can find when invading, even if it's like early game Limgrave or whatever. Like, if I give them the bubble, that's still an attack boost, and they are immune to at least one hit, so that's a plus for me. So I'll take any advantage I can get. So it's not even like, even when I do put on the bubble, like, it's not even, I don't even really care that I get one guaranteed hit taken, and then I don't get, or I don't receive any damage. Like 10 damage, yeah, sure, but like, it's more so for the attack boost. But I don't know, I didn't really use any of my my items in my hotbar for this invasion. See, like, this is more Ancient Death Ranker moments right here, just to get one of those guys away. See, because he just ran and hid behind that that corner, and that gives me the opportunity to solo down these 2 players right here. But I mean, I was very lucky to get that one, that one strength boy, even though there's 3 of them or whatever. So that gives me a chance to pull out the Death Ritual Spear and just press L2 to win. So um, it was a fun fight until Ash just decided to just take their clothes off and just give up, unfortunately. I don't know why. I'm sad that they gave up, but at the same time, I'm not going to aggress because I'm trying to be nice like that. So I appreciate that they fear me as a bad red man because I just be good like that. No, not really. I do not be good like that. I mean, sometimes I do have my clutch moments. Like, most of the time, I'm kind of trash, but we all have our clutch moments sometimes. So, to make amends, I wanted to throw down a little warming stone for my friend, and so luckily the Sunbro was kind enough to join in on this sitting session. But I was like, no, I want to honor fight you. You're still here. Why not take the opportunity to fight? You know, just have a nice little duel. You'll get to go back to your world and life will continue. So let us engage in great combat. So, Aethel Wolf, I suppose. Yeah, good. That's a pretty unique name, I gotta say. Yeah, Aethel Wolf. I like that a lot, to be honest. So, Aethel Wolf, I don't know what it must have been a strength build, obviously, but like I don't know what the purpose of like having fist in your offhand. Um, I don't understand the optimization for that. I don't even know if I'm using that word right, dude, but it is what it is. So I knew that I wouldn't be able to poison with my my great sword, so I wanted to put out this white hander. I've been really good with those crouch pokes. You just really gotta wait for them to roll once and then you poke. That's it. It's really easy to use. So it's funny. I made a comment about players like that in a previous video, and I am the thing that I go against, which is funny, but it's like it's true. If you know how to do it, then like do it. So so Ash just didn't want to fight. I wanted to, but they did not want to. But it's okay. I mean, I appreciate how nice they were towards me, saying like, "Hey, you did a good job. You can kill me now. Like it's okay. I choose defeats." I was like, "No, you cannot choose defeats. You're strong like that. You're capable. You're a winner every day. You win things every day." But I mean, they kicked me and they got they got the critical hit. So I was like, no, I'm cool with that. I'm gonna give you a gift and then I'm gonna backstab you and then go home. So I don't know. It was a friendly interaction. So I at least got to leave a gift to say, hey, thank you for being at peace with me. So in return, I'm gonna give you a gift and now backstab you. So good luck with the Godskin duo, Ashes, and good fight to you and your team. So yeah, that's the video, pretty much. Ain't nothing much else to it. Just a Ghostflame Knight strength, I mean, quality, faith in build, and expect more content like this soon. So, like and subscribe. I love you, and have fun doing with whatever you're going to do after you're done watching this video, which is right about now.